Welcome this morning. This is the In Christ Co-Resurrection participation session. And in this session, we are in our Wednesday region of our body, which is the region of our impulse to behave. Jesus is inviting us through these practices to learn how to be in relationship with a fully and conscious embodied experience as we are facing the limitation or the circumstance that is alive within our life, so that we can more fully, instead of reacting unconsciously to that circumstance, we can hold ourselves in our um, unconscious impulse to react and bring ourselves home to Christ, saying, here's how I have done it. Here's how I feel like I want to be responding to this. Please guide me in a new way of response through being held by the profound relational skills that he teaches us in these classes. So welcome. You're going to want to have a journal for your class today. And as you gather a journal in a comfortable place where you can sit uninterrupted for about the next 25 minutes, we will then be ready to begin together. So we begin our time together this morning the way that Jesus invites us to begin all of our moments of conscious awareness, and that is to first pause and take a moment to recognize how you are connected to and supported by the place where you are seated. Let's go ahead and take a moment to feel how we are connected to our seats together now. And as you are noticing how you are held by the place where you are seated, Jesus invites us to take a moment to recognize which part of your body feels the most held by your seat. Go ahead and take a moment and write that down into your journal. And as you are noticing that body part, you're going to write that down into your journal. We're saying, here is where I am held, right where I am seated. Here is where I am already held, right where I am seated. From that place, we're going to make a note of what is the most prominent thing that is challenging you in your day to day. What is happening for you? As you are writing down what is alive for you, we're going to go ahead and read that back through, and you're noticing what parts of that really stand out for your system. As you are noticing those or that circumstance and you are reading that through, you're noticing what is your normal impulse to behave? What is it that you are normally doing as you are facing a circumstance like this? We are bringing that to Jesus and we're saying, here is how I am normally behaving in the face of this quality of experience. Please be with me in this and show me how to stand in your path and stand in your process more completely. And then from that place, we are taking notes on what is it that Jesus is inviting us to do? What is it that we are being invited to hold in a new way as we are facing what is alive for us today? You can go ahead and take some notes on that, and then we will be moving into our day with a more held, more integrated, more conscious uh, depth of our relationship, both with the challenge and with our journey with our living Christ. And from this place, we then are moving into our day with this in mind and being able to recognize that when Jesus is inviting us or Jesus is standing us with us as our path is revealed, um, I'm going to be invited to be walking a way that I've never walked before and to be building a strength I've never incorporated before every single day, infinitely on this journey. And so, as we are invited to do that, I have to look to Jesus and say, show me how. Your path is already laid out. What you need to be on that path is already laid out. We just don't know. My path is already laid out. The way for me to go through that is already, the fuel I need is already laid out. I just don't know how to use that. I don't know how to incorporate that because I haven't done it to this intensity and in this circumstance yet. But it's my growth edge, and it's a part of what I'm supposed to learn on a daily basis. This is going to be infinitely happening forever, developing in more and more complexity as you go, and allowing you to stand in the fire, sleep by the lions, walk through the ocean floor, stand on water, do things that are not worldly things, but rather that are things that can only be done in Christ through Christ. And it's always going to be looking like something more humbling, like something powerless, like something more difficult. That's actually what it's going to look like. It's going to look like your ego dying so that something more can occur. And um, it's very challenging to continually come to those edges and become conscious of those edges and then invite Jesus to show you how to proceed into those edges through the power of Christ. Everything that is in your life is meant for you at this moment, right now. Every single person that is evoking you, every circumstance, every limitation is made to be resurrected. It's not made to stay stuck in limitation. It's made to be resurrected through the mystery and power of your relationship with Christ. And so, as we come to each of these together, and as we are standing in that together, we are constantly able to move forward. I just want to share one thing that's interesting because we're going to get triggered in all of these ways. But right now in the space where I'm working, there's all these demands that are being put on and lots of relationships that are being put on. And yesterday I go into work and I didn't even realize that I have this zit right on the end of my nose, like Rudolph, and it's like gross, like fresh. It needs to be popped, really gross. I didn't realize it. So and also there was this there was this person who was working in the office, not our employees, but working for the office, who was a very good looking man. And so we were talking and doing whatever. Anyways, I was attracted to him, and I could feel myself being drawn in that direction. I totally looked like a crazy person with this zit on my nose. Um, and then, throughout the day, I'm working with all these clients, and I'm just doing what I'm doing in Christ. And I had a top day yesterday, being able to serve my clients. And then I come to the end of the day, and I get in my car, and I was so shameful when I look in the mirror of, you know oh, also that person was married, and also I have this zit on my nose, and so I feel very ashamed. I feel very overwhelmed, and kind of, just kind of going to this space where this journey is really hard, and it's hard because it's also a lonely journey to be walking in the way that I'm being invited to walk it right now. And those things came up inside me, which then evoked me to want to go eat or check out or do whatever. And all of those responses, all of that stuff, being drawn, judging myself, even caring that this mattered because it didn't even matter. I still had an amazing day, educated a lot of people, was able to be in Christ and be a space of presence. But that in the evening, what Jesus is inviting me to do is be that presence for myself as well. Like, so what? So there's a zit on your nose. Like, who cares? What is the significance of that? Am I going to allow myself to carry that shame, or am I going to be able to stand up and be able to um, stand in the power that's moving through me, regardless of what I look like on a day, regardless of if I feel that the worldly experiences are loving me or saying that I'm enough? Am I enough in Christ? Can I stand in that regardless of what I feel like in my ego? These things are significant challenges, but the power of standing in that shame led me to try, I didn't go very far with it, but to try to soothe that some other way rather than just bringing that home to Christ. And these are things on a daily basis where we're going to be so triggered and it's so unconscious that we don't even realize that we are remaining stuck. And Jesus is saying, bring all of this home. There is nothing that is part of your experience if it leads you into a place of being stagnated or stuck or self-judging or even thinking that you're the most amazing, all of those things need to be remade and resurrected and made anew so that I can fully stand in a space of truth and grace that welcomes the broken pieces of myself and everybody else around me. So this is just a powerful journey. And I hope you guys are able to slow it down enough to really feel in your own space what is happening for you. I thank you all for being here, and I wish you a wonderful day. And I give an unending and relentless thanks to my living Jesus Christ, who stands with me on a path that has already been established, showing me how to receive the power that is already given, inviting me to breathe in the breath that is waiting for me to take it in so that I may be made anew in every moment. Thank God, Jesus, you are with me. Thank God, Jesus, you are here with us all, leading us home to heaven here on earth the way that God intended for us. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys when it suits your schedule next. Take care.